Keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome.
Did you think it could happen?
Keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass original drama cast. Well, I don't know. Is your show the original drama cast?
I don't know, Tommy. I think you've been around longer than I have.
No, you got a year on. Well, I was around longer than you, but I wasn't doing this. So you kind of, well, you were doing like politics and stuff, Gamergate stuff back in the day.
Yeah, well, seems like another life. Also, this is not alcohol. This is water.
Why do you care what anybody thinks?
Well, that's a good point.
Like, who cares? Like, they're gonna call you drunk no matter what.
That's true. That's true. I think I'll be called that from now until time.
I'm not even. So. You called me a drunk like 5 years ago, and I'm not a drunk, and it stuck. So why can't it stick to you, you fucking red-faced bastard?
Fair enough.
All right. I got to be honest. I was totally fascinated. Don't cut the music. I was totally fascinated with your goodbye message because I got the impression. I got two impressions. I got the impression that you thought at some level you might be gone for a much longer time than 3 weeks at the time, because it seemed like goodbye lights out type of message, or just in case I don't make it back.
Well, so I didn't know exactly how long I would stay. It was told to me 15 to 30 days. I figured it might be closer to 30, but it's kind of based on your progress. I still have some outpatient stuff. One of the reasons I was running late today, but you convinced me to take a nap this morning.
Yes,
I couldn't sleep last night. So it's a good thing I did get a couple winks in, went and did some stuff at the center, and I still have some weeks of that. And then even after, it's not like you just go to rehab and you're fixed. Really, one of the reasons I went to rehab was, to build a support network. I don't have a ton of friends here in Mexico, and so that's one of the reasons I went. The video itself, it was somewhat emotional and raw. I don't always get that emotional. I scripted it out. They had told me, I won't go too far into like medical diagnoses and all that, but I had told them my drug history, and they were a little bit appalled by that. And they said, look, you're almost 40. You need to stop the drugs, but you also need to stop the smoking. There was some nutritional classes there, chronic dehydration they diagnosed me with, some stuff like that. I won't go into all of it.
They scared the shit out of you. They scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, I think it came across that I was a little perturbed, I guess you could say.
No, it sounded like it's like this is like, hey, listen, if I don't make it back, I love you all, even the people I've called pedophiles for the past 10 years. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, well, I did take a couple shots at a couple people, but that was kind of almost a greeting towards them, really. And I also wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, have a couple jokes in there, because it was a really heavy thing. I do think it's I got a lot of good comments on it, and I did get to read most of those before I went in that night. And I was proud of it. I don't usually script out stuff, but I really wanted to think about my words, and I think it was probably one of the better things I've done. I guess tough times. I don't know if I say tragedy, but tough circumstances. Kind of inspire sometimes me at least, and. So, yeah, that's what I was going for with that. And then, I didn't know how long I'd be gone, or,
I got a difficult question for you. As much as everybody hates the alpha male, and you kind of make reference to this in the video, how are you going to go on and have the type of edgy show that you're going to have with what we see now? I'm not telling you to get back on the booze, but is that going to put you back on the booze, that you need the booze to be the entertaining guy that you've been? I mean, that seems to be what's going to be your battle going forward.
Well, I've been asked that question before. No, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. But I was sober for November 13th through New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Then I had a relapse. I went to rehab. Was sober another 20 days. So out of the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or 3 months, I've been sober about 70 days. That was another thing they told me. They said, look, you've lost a lot of weight. You do have some sober streaks going, but you need to put it all together. And they kind of talked me into this being a serious situation.
So you went back in
given my age.
You fell off the wagon. You fell off the wagon on New Year's Eve, and you went right into rehab for real, or was it an incident?
Of course, it doesn't usually work like that for somebody addicted. So,
what did you do? Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. What did you do?
I had a terrible stream. Basically, I don't even think I knew I was on air. I don't.
Oh,
remember
that's right.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had put together this. They call it a worked shoot in wrestling.
I know what it is.
With me and Milo. You know what it is.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
And so we started going back and forth at each other. It was planned, right?
Yeah.
And we were gonna have a confrontation at Dick Masterson's house, actually. And he had wanted me to be sober, and I got off the plane. I was not sober because in Mexico, they, believe it or not, Aero Mexico gives you unlimited drinks. So
it's a great place for a recovering alcoholic.
No, dude, Mexico it's a little bit tougher here. I'm not gonna lie. So I was overserved and cut a video, and Masterson didn't like what he saw and canceled it, but not immediately. Kind of beat around the bush. And then I probably would have just left it there. But he got on air with Vito and took shots at me from last summer when I think I look better last summer than I do now, even after rehab. And I don't know. The more I thought about it, the more I didn't like that. And me, Tommy, I could have responded proportionally.
Yeah.
In a way, maybe say a couple things, take a couple shots instead of just napalming the bridge of a guy who has been a good friend of mine.
Sure.
Over the years. Well, I didn't do that. I napalmed things instead, and I had it in my head.
Is that why you went in? Is that why you went in? Because over Dick Masterson?
No, that's not why. But it's a confluence of events, though, right? So that thing blew up, and I had it in my head that I really needed a big win, right? And this Milo event was going to be big, and he waited to the last minute to cancel it, which is his right. And then he, what I feel like he shot on me on air, to use another wrestling term. And I'm a tough guy to deal with sober, even. And so I was sober by the time he canceled it, but he just didn't want to deal with it. I go see my son when I'm in California, and I never show up there under the influence because, well, they would throw me out and not let me see my son anymore. So he had said maybe we'd do it Saturday. Well, I was going to see my son on Saturday afternoon. It's like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe to his house. Like, I guess I could have, knowing me, I could have gotten fucked up in 2 hours, let's be real. But I was going to be sober because I was already going to be sober going to see my son. I'm not sure if that was all understood or if he just didn't want to deal with it one way or the other, which I can't necessarily blame him, to be honest.
So you patched that up? You patched that up?
Huh?
Did you patch that up?
Yeah, he canceled it, but he canceled it and then basically trashed me on air, which I don't know if I'd call it a full trashing, but he said I looked on the edge of death last summer. Now, in January, I did look on the edge of death. If you saw some of those last videos, even my farewell video, I didn't look so good, honestly. But I felt like we had a great show last summer, and by all accounts, everybody loved it. We had the Sonic Shoe medallion, and I was told a couple other things he said. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way, and then rather than being measured about it and saying a couple of lines, letting it go. Yeah, I was Ralph about it, and I
gotta be honest with you. I'm a little
better about it.
I'm like one of the things I noticed with the video is, a lot of people do those videos, especially YouTubers, and it's just fake. And you're not above faking something. Obviously, we're just talking about a work shoot. And
I don't like doing that, but I thought on this occasion it would be fun.
But I'm even more convinced that it's real. You know, that it was real.
I told Milo, don't hold back, and I'm not going to hold back, and we need people to believe, and people did believe. There was nothing. I did write out. Those are my words, though. I don't like scripting anything because I feel like I'm just better off the cuff.
Sure.
But I my first love is writing, and I thought it would be more poignant and more. I would hit more of the notes that I wanted to hit, and I still left a couple out by accident. But I just thought it would be better if I did it like that.
You got my interest, but here's the thing I'm going to throw at you. I think you're a fake right-wing wacko. And I think you've been a fake
right-wing wacko.
Yes, I think you're a fake right-wing wacko, and you've been that way for a couple of years. I think what happens is you're not as extreme as you come off. You're still extreme, don't get me wrong, and you're completely fucking nuts on the politics department. But I get the feeling that you're just an average Republican, and then you embrace all this other bullshit, like putting David Duke on, you genius. And you're really not like that. You're trying to what is it? Live the gimmick. And I think it's trapped you. It's trapped you with your alcoholism. It's trapped you on your show. It's trapped you in like 1,000. It's trapped you all, getting you locked out of how many platforms after another.
Several.
I mean, yeah. And I get the feeling, I could be wrong, and I'm probably going to take some heat for this because it sounds like I'm sweeping for you, and I'm not. I think that you were like me. You loved radio. You wanted to be Howard Stern, and you would much rather be a YouTube celebrity or any kind of celebrity than you would than being known as the right-wing nut job, Ethan Ralph. Is there truth in that? Because that's what I took away from your video.
Well, I would say that I don't consider myself a right-wing.
You are.
Like even I mean, how so?
I don't know. Putting David Duke on? Jesus Christ. I'm not saying you can't platform him, but I mean, that guy's an extremist.
David Duke on. I mean, like, I don't
know.
You
played to that crowd, or you played to the extremist crowd. You made a lot of money on it, too, back in the day. I wouldn't say as much in recent years, but you played a lot. And at the end, my point is, I'm not trying to really go after politics as much as I think you want to be a shock jock, not a voice for the right.
Well, I am a shock jock, right? I do have my political science degree. I do love politics, and you know, that's in my wheelhouse, of course. But you know, at the end of the day, the show is a comedy show. It's an interview show. Yes, we talk about serious stuff. Yes, we platform what I would call pro-white activists and stuff like that. For one reason, they don't, you know, there's not that many outlets that do that. And
sure, fair enough.
You know, I've probably interviewed, I don't know, Tommy, maybe about 1,000 people. It's quite a few. And you know, I don't get
the feeling you agree with all of them. I don't think you're that. I don't think you're that.
Well,
extreme.
I don't agree with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, very few people. I can't think of anybody I sit there and just agree with 100%. But you know, it just kind of naturally evolved. I wouldn't consider myself a Republican. I wouldn't consider myself a Democrat. I was raised a Democrat. I voted for. People use this against me. I voted for Obama twice.
Did you really?
And I would do it again. Yes.
Why did you vote for Obama? That's not, so I'm farther right than you. Jesus.
Yeah, I voted. What am I going to vote for? Mitt Romney or John McCain? Jesus Christ, we'd still be in war in Iran.
We would have had half the problems we have now with what happened to Trump and spying on Trump if Obama.
Well, you know, Obama let a lot of people down, myself included. But you know, I don't run away from that. Like I am not. I would say, obviously, by my personal habits, we're talking about some of those, but you know, I would say more social libertarian. And then the Gamergate thing, you know, it was the left wing trying to censor all of us. And when I came up as a left winger, it was all about free speech, right?
Sure.
It was all about say whatever you want and no big deal. and it changed, and Gamergate kind of is what helped change
Really?
it.
Really?
We need to take these people off air.
So all those fake liberals that started or those fake disaffected liberals, I should say, because I think there were a lot of disaffected people running like, I used to be a liberal and now I'm for Gamergate, and it's moved me slightly to the right because they're anti-free speech. And I don't believe it. I didn't believe Chris Reagan. I don't believe any of those guys. I don't think Ian Miles Chung. I think he would jump on it. I think he would jump on any wing at any time. So what you're saying is you're the real disaffected Democrat, because I don't believe any of those guys.
Well, I know the line is tried, but I didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left me.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I feel. I haven't changed a lot of my core beliefs, and I know my audience disagrees with me.
But you realize, but you do realize,
I'm for legalization of all drugs. That's a shock.
Sure, Sure, but you do realize that's the kind of the line that all those guys, the Chris Reagans, all those fake guys, like, oh, I'm a disaffected liberal, the party left me behind. And I think a lot of them were just YouTubers at the end of the day. I don't think they really had a core political belief, all those Gamergate guys. And I remember, it's like, so going back to something I always wanted to ask you. Do you remember when everybody was like all the far lefties, the ones that are against Thunderfoot and stuff, like they're all bitching and moaning about being doxxed and stuff like that, and everybody's like, that's terrible. Nobody doxed you. It was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Yeah, it was you doxing them, right? Back in Gamergate. No. That wasn't you.
I've doxed people, but no, I didn't dox
anybody. You didn't dox anybody? Who was that crazy chick, that Southern girl? I thought you doxed... I can't remember her name, but she had like a record or something like that, and then a meth habit. But she was like a far leftist, and I was always told you doxed her, and I cannot remember her name.
I mean, I have doxed people.
Yeah, I know.
But I didn't like have some scam going where we were.
You didn't dox anybody during Gamergate. You didn't dox anybody during Gamergate.
We did a lot of deep research on a person named Brianna Wu, but we didn't actually dox that person. We did unearth their recordings where they were practicing their female voice and all their old Miss stuff. I had a crew of not literal killers, but beyond what you would consider researchers. You would maybe say computer experts. I'll use that term.
Wasn't there a girl that got into it with Milo? And she had like a record. She was like the Ethan Ralph of the left. And I seem to remember, and she disappeared. I guess she was going after anybody.
Randy Harper.
That was it, Randy Harper. So you weren't involved with doxing Randy Harper.
No, but I will say that Milo ran a series of stories on Randy Harper.
I remember.
There were some that Breitbart's legal would not clear. For him to put in the article, and he gave those to me, and so I wrote a follow-up or two on that, and it had to do with her smoking meth allegedly.
What happened to Randy Harper? Just out of interest.
I thought about that 5 or 6 months ago, and I guess she just disappeared. I don't see her around. I don't know what she's up to. Only a few crazy individuals like us stick around here forever.
I remember like all those anti-Gamergate pussies, and I remember reading about her as like, well, she's no pussy. She was a fucking tough old bitch.
She was a formidable adversary. Yeah. She had a lot of powerful friends. I mean, I'll give her that. Yeah. And she was fun to fuck with too. Yeah. I'll say. And that's another reason. Look, I made my bones unapologetically. Fucking with people hardcore, going after every aspect of their personal life.
Making stuff up too. You said that I was found in a sauna with kids.
I thought that was so crazy that people would actually know that was fake.
Yeah,
pissed
me off. It worked. If you wanted to piss me off, it worked.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Worski and I were sitting in that condo in Knoxville, and I forget what you said. I don't know. You were Team Donger or something.
Yeah, sure. I was Team Donger.
And so, again, Worski and I, no love lost there, but we were friends at the time, and we just came up with this crazy story. And there's no excuse. You shouldn't say things like that. You shouldn't fake the deal anyway, but definitely not with something like that. But I thought it was so bizarre and so insane that no way anybody would believe it.
It was, but I had to calm down before I realized that because it pissed me off to no end. I think Andy did it because Andy was convinced that all I was doing, all I did was to talk about what was already out there and done by other people. But I guess when I did it, that pissed him off more because it was a bigger platform. I didn't do anything that anybody else did. I just reported on what was already out there. And I interviewed somebody who was probably lying about him. But what are you going to do if he's lying about him? I didn't give him a pass. I didn't give him my stamp of approval. So I think for me, Andy, it was like revenge because, I called him a pedo. And here's another thing, too. Like, if you remember that whole situation, I think it was his Instagram that disappeared in the middle of that conveniently. And I just said that was it. I never said, well, that proves you're a pedophile.
Well, it was his Snapchat, I think.
Snapchat or something like that. And it did disappear, and that's all I said. And he got pissed off at me because I said what actually happened.
At the time, I defended him. I don't really know the truth about all that. It was definitely curious. I'll just say, and he's lied about me enough. I don't feel the need to defend him whatsoever.
Right. Well, I'm not. Here's where I'm going with this.
Worski, one thing about Worski, he watches all this shit. He's watching right now, I guarantee.
Really?
And he takes any little slight or anything in the chat and just. I don't know, it drives him crazy. I've had him call me 3 a.m. whining about some nonsense. He's as a personality you have to manage a lot, and that says a lot coming from me.
All right, what I wanted to do though, I kind of wanted to go on this like fake right-wing wacko. So you'll get on some kind of you'll kind of do anything to win. You'll get on some kind of like bullshit bandwagon like that. I mean, look, I'm over it. I don't give a shit. But you'll get on a bandwagon if you're enemies with somebody. And don't you think that's kind of like backed you into a wall? I mean, a lot of these decisions you made, you talked about in the video, so I'm not bringing up anything new. Isn't that kind of hurt you? I mean, one thing me and Nick always say, you're a funny guy. I mean, you're legitimately like shock funny. A lot of the stuff you've done is kind of like hurt you.
I think that's true. And well, when you're a talk show host and you have 109 feuds, so to speak, and you have this certain reputation. I think what was it I said? Everything's fair game, or when they go low, I go lower. I have a saying for everything. Yeah. And that scares some people away. So now I've considered myself an excellent interviewer. Even people who don't like me, I think many of them do. But it's getting the people on the show, right? Or people who used to come on the show now, maybe they're not as readily available due to some of the stuff in my on air, but in my personal life. And you see me a lot in these nasty drag out feuds, and there's a lot of people who don't want to be involved with that, and so I've thought about that a lot. It does harm that aspect of the job, which is a very key aspect when you host a talk show, is to be able to get people on the show. So I do think it's been detrimental.
So you're not you're not the alpha male, is what you're saying. So I'm right. You are
well, I mean, I've described it like, I hate to relate everything to wrestling, but I've used this line before, but it's not that it's not me. It is me, but it's turned up to 11, like Stone Cold used to say, right? Like it's me, but it's a bombastic version of me. Like you sit here and we're talking now just like I would normally talk to you in real life, and there's no yelling or anything like that. I think somewhere along the way, and I talked about this in the video, I was drinking on air when the show blew up, right? Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, let's just work that into the show. That's part of the show. Ralph's drinking on air. Of course, he has to be drinking on air. That's part of the gimmick. Yeah. And so I worked my vices into the character, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of addressing some of the vices, and it's not just drinking, it's short fuse and not thinking as much before I act, and I just kind of I said it in the video, wrote that into the.
Do you want it to go away? Do you want it to go away? Do you want it? Like, I mean, are you really? Are you like the 15,000th YouTuber or influencer that I want to change? So that's what it sounds like. I want to change. Is that for real?
Well, I mean, you want to entertain, Tommy. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like I'm sure you'll see a rant from me from time to time, right? Like I'm not gonna retire the ranting crown, but I do think, I mean, I went to rehab for a reason. That's one thing that has to change. But I think jumping in with both feet on everybody, including former friends, has not served me the best over the years. Even if I can convince myself that they deserve it, and sometimes they do, but oftentimes they don't. And it's just the Ralph Amell way. It's like, all right, you wanted to light it up, let's light it up. And so, I would like to be more circumspect, to use a word.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I don't want you to tune in or see a rant and say, Ralph went back on his word. I mean, I'm still out here to entertain, right?
Yeah, I get that. I get that. It's going to be a little more difficult, though. You think?
Well,
because I believe this. I believe this whole thing you're doing right now. I don't think it's fake. I mean, I think you could fall off the wagon, I suppose. But I mean, I don't think you're faking it right now. I wonder if that's going to be a problem.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not wishing it on you, by the way. Well, I do have you in a Deadpool, by the way. If you live to September, I lose $100.
Yeah, I was told Josh Moon predicted me to die this year too. That's like the 5th year in a row he's made. He's not very good with his predictions. I've noticed. I predict him to gain another 50 pounds, which is why he never shows his face. I think I'll win that prediction, but I don't think he'll win his. But have me in the death pool. I don't plan on kicking the bucket.
Well, I hope you don't.
You never know. You never know, Tommy. Honestly, and that's another reason.
Well, I mean, I saw you, and this is a private. I only brought it up because of the rehab thing, but this is a private bet between me and my old producer. And we saw you, and I'm like, that's not. I was like, that's not good. That's serious. By the way, I had a heart surgery in the last 2 years. I had some of the same problems that you have. Yeah, and I'm like, you can't keep going like that. And I'm 9 years older than you. You have to stop people. And it seems like, I wonder if you had a come to Jesus moment, kind of like I did, because a lot of people are bitching about me. This is one of the reasons I'm asking you. After my heart surgery, and it wasn't something I thought consciously, I have calmed down and not picked as many fights as I used to. Even ones that I normally would. I'm like, let it slide. Who cares? It's about making money at the end of the day. So I wonder that, but I'm not as over the top as you are, as over the top as I am. I just wonder what you're going to do. I'm kind of rooting for you. I want to see what happens.
Well, I appreciate that, and they told me first off they gave me some positive reinforcement first before the negative. They're like, hey, look, you've lost a lot of weight. That's great. You've had some sobriety streaks, some long ones, but you haven't put it all together. You're about to turn 40. Some of these issues you're talking about,
they will compound in the next 10 years. They will compound.
They're like, look, you don't want to be 40 in the same spot. And that includes smoking. Now, like most rehabs, they actually let you smoke, but they told me to stop smoking. Yeah. Is what they told me. And they said that, not that it's more important than, pills, which I was legally prescribed, by the way. But still, you can abuse anything.
What were you doing when you're on pills? What were you doing? What were you taking?
Xanax. With the pills, I never cared for pain pills. What
did you take? What got you in trouble? What did Flamenco make fun of you for, though?
Those were Xanax.
Xanax. Okay, so I've never done pills. I don't know anything about them. So let's see. My Deadpool is that medical live Ralph's addiction is more devastating for many cancer. I want to get into that too.
$10 bet.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. So. I just I just saw William Mack show. He's a YouTube friend of mine. I've never seen a chill Ralph before. I mean, we've had you on once before when you had that incident with DigiPro, but I've never seen you this chilled out, and I think it's actually real. That's what I thought I'd piss you off by now, and you get you I can't even piss you off. Is this
man? I'm Feeling better than I've felt since I got out of jail, which
Really?
was 2018. And I wasn't in jail. I know there's all these conspiracy theories. Trust me, you would know if I'd been in Mexican jail.
Well, I could drop our DMs when you. I could drop our DMs today and totally blow that up because you took you said I was in jail, but you forgot to put. It was pretty clear you forgot I wasn't in jail. That's what you wrote me. And then, but I have it. I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling everybody you went to rehab. You really go to jail?
No.
So I have you right now. I could drop that on you right now, and everybody would think you're lying.
Well, then I read it and I said I meant not in jail because people were like, well, how did he get access to his phone? And they only let me have it like after meals, so I would get to check on my son. And shout out to Faith, she was very kind to me and kept me up to date on his progress, and I'm eager to go see him again. And honestly, I mean, this sounds foolish, and you know, I took a part of my thing that I wrote for my farewell. It's a line from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it was, the song goes, no sympathy for the devil, but the line from Hunter S. Thompson is no sympathy for the devil. Yeah. Which is actually the truth. So I don't expect, you know, the people who like me. Yeah. No sympathy for the devil. Keep that in mind. Buy the ticket and take the ride is the line. And so, you know, I don't expect the people who like me. Yes, they will. And I got tons and tons of messages of support. But the people who hate me are most likely going to continue hating me, and I can't really control that.
I think there's people who hate you and watch you just because you're funny, and they don't, you know, they're just you're entertaining, but they don't like you personally. I think you have a lot of those. Maybe and not even vocal people, you know.
Well, you know, I was, and this sounds, you know, wild, but I was thinking about checking on out of there in California, just while I was in the States. And I even told somebody this, and they're like, "No, you can't. Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Like, you can't do that." Mm-hmm. And I saw my son, and of course he's not online. I'm not gonna show him or anything. I can't, but I wouldn't anyway. But he's just the cutest little thing. He doesn't look exactly like me when I was his age, but almost. He's got some of his mother in him too, to be sure, but he's got the bluest eyes, blonde hair. He's gonna be 4 in May. And every time I see him, it just brightens my spirits. And you know, I just thought, what a terrible.
You grew up. You're fucked, Ralph. Your career's over, Ralph. I had a heart attack. Oh, my poor fucking children. Hey, do you know what you said to me when we got in our thing like 5-6 years ago? You were like, I was like, you can't be saying that shit about me. I have fucking kids. And you're like, well, I don't have kids. I'll see you later, Tommy. Goodbye. Yeah.
Well, I'll just
now
say,
you know. Now you know.
Well, it gives you something to live for. I'm not gonna lie, because
it does.
I
the best fucking
have
thing.
lived life like there's no tomorrow, because there isn't, as Don Draper says in Mad Men, but there actually is. That's the thing. He was being very nihilistic. But looking at my son, he's always so happy, like, and I'm happy too when we're there. And you know, I got these photographs of him, and he's just the cutest thing. And you know, I thought about him. I thought about another person that I can't speak on, but I thought what a horrible thing that would be for them to read later on, even if I off myself or just, you know, died in some seedy motel or something, you know, OD'd or whatever, that I owe them better than that, even if I don't feel like I owe myself better than that.
You do. And you know what you could do too? You can be really effective. You can show what a prick you were when you came up through being an influencer and how much you changed in your 40s and 50s. And that could have a huge impact. A huge positive.
And I told, and I hope I'm not speaking out of school. We have private conversations, me and his mother, but I would say this anyway. You know, I feel like I have a third act, and I think there are some things I can do. That doesn't mean, you know, I won't talk shit here and there and this and that, but I think there's some positive things that I can leave behind. I actually did. The reason I put out that post, Tommy, I don't know if you saw it, but I apologize for putting that video out of his mother. And no matter what justification I thought I had. There is no justification for that, and I wanted that out there because
you know how shocking this is to hear from you. It's just like, it's so bizarre to hear this from you. I'm glad you're saying it, but it's not the Ralph male I know.
I've spent years running from it, Tommy, and it's a copyright issue, and if we're legally speaking, we can get into semantics about what.
Well, the thing is, you're so lucky to earn a buck from doing this. You're literally literally been struck by lightning. And that was the thing that always got me about you is you made it so much more difficult to do it because of, I don't know, the choices you made. It's bizarre to me. But at the same time, that's what kind of kept the legend going. That's what you outlived a lot of people that you fought with. You're still around. I mean, you're kicking. I mean, I'm fascinated by where this is going to go in the future.
I was talking with a friend of mine, and I told him this story. This was yesterday, and I was like, "Man, I just felt like I needed this big win. There was a disastrous week, and that's why I kind of lost it." Right? I was like, "Oh, it's over. It's over. It's over." And he's like, "It's not over, dude. Like, what were you thinking? That was drug-induced mania, basically." Now, I wasn't. The drugs were off, right? I wasn't fucked up the whole time in California. I never go see my son like that. And there's all kinds of provisions in place, but I've truly felt like, man, you know what? I've blown it. And do I even really feel like climbing back up that mountain, to use a term that I've used before? It's like, oh, God, I've fallen back down. And I just didn't know that I felt like doing it again, But, I saw my son twice and brighten my spirits, and I'm convinced that this is what I'm supposed to do for a living, and I think there's a lot of good things I still can do, and there'll be silly things too, and laughing at dumb shit, but I think there's a good legacy I can leave behind, and as long as you're still here, you can still show some positive things. So that's where I'm at, and not to say you won't see me, like I said, ranting.
You gonna eat a sandwich out of a garbage can?
I did not do that. We had
I saw it. I fucking saw it. It was funny.
You did not see that, but I did steal a sausage bite from the store, and I was eating it next to the garbage can because I'd stolen it from the store. Anyway, this is ancient history. I've eaten a lot worse than a hamburger out of a garbage can. Let's just put it that way. I've been in between some sloppy legs there, so I would say that would be the worst of my meals, or not the worst of my meals, if I was telling the truth.
I'm interested. I'm interested in your third act, by the way. But I got a couple quick questions because you got to get going. You got to start the kill stream and come back in about 10 minutes, I guess, right?
I have to start getting ready for the show.
What is your relationship with Milo? Milo's back on Twitter. He's not what he was in 2016 as far as popularity is concerned. Did you ever actually have a beef with Milo? Do you have a plan on working in the future? And what are Milo's plans going forard?
I've had beef with Milo more times than I could count, probably. That was all.
Doesn't work.
Fucking around. Yeah. But we've had real beef like that. Milo's Milo. I never took the we're gonna start a podcast stuff seriously or anything like that. That's not why I went to rehab. I went to rehab because they said, look, you need to get together or you might not hit 50. And so nobody can tell you when you're gonna go, right? But they said, look, you have a real opportunity here and you've done some good things. And build on it. But no, Milo was not the reason that I went to rehab. And Milo's Milo.
Are you friends with Milo?
I wouldn't say we're friends.
Did he discover
my career?
He discovered you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't talk all the time or anything like that. So it's not like a counselor of mine. He has been open to me when maybe that's not the right term for Milo. He has been receptive to messages when I've asked on occasion and stuff like that. But look, Milo's Milo, as I said, and what's the scorpion and the frog story that Trump likes to tell?
Mediger. Mediger. One of the most dramatic streams I've ever seen was you and Mediger because you were honestly really upset. You felt like he turned on you. You have said some of the most horrible things about a human being that I've ever heard with Medgar. How is that relation? Oh yeah, he goes both ways. He goes both ways. But I made a crack, I want to say in 2018, about his cancer because I didn't believe it, because Tonka basically made me think that he was faking the whole thing, which clearly he isn't. And I actually feel really bad about some of the things I've said about Medgar when I found out the whole thing was real. I thought he was looking for attention or something, but I don't think I really knew who he was.
You're not the only one who's thought that before.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it was years ago, but no, now I hope he makes it through. What is your relationship like with him, and do you think it's going to ever get to a place where he could be on the stream again or something like that?
I don't have a relationship with Medgar, and I don't expect that to ever happen.
Why did you guys break up like you did? I mean, you were the one guy that Medgar didn't
baiting that. He was baiting that for a while, and he started coming back around. I guess he needed more shekels for his treatment or whatever, and so he went on Flamenco, the pedo show, or it wasn't known at that time that he was a pedo, but he went on Flamenco show. He was shaking the pill ball. He went on Gator show, he was basically trying to bait me into attacking him. He wasn't going to do it just on his own. And then I got my face caved in Portugal, and he actually it was kind of a funny bit about who done it or whatever, but he was baiting me to attack him. And I remember sitting in that Portuguese hotel room, and I wrote what I wrote, and I think I wrote a follow-up too. And then that was a great year of content, though. 2022, the all-time war. Yeah, I do feel like he turned on me, but his philosophy is no internet friends. And,
I was just going to say that. I mean, that's the thing when I watched your because let's be honest, he made you cry on that thing, because when you guys actually had when Monday Mac misnomer. I don't know. You sound like really close to tears.
It was an emotional exchange, but no, I was not crying.
Is that why you hung up, because you couldn't hold it in?
No, because I didn't want to talk to Monday Math. That's why I hung up.
It was a great stream, by the way.
Anyway, plus one of the agreements was he wasn't supposed to say anything. That was the reason I went on there, and then he starts talking. I'm just like, click.
I thought that was going to be the end of you. I thought that was actually going to clip you. I was like, all right, now Ralph's finally, because you were the one that never got eaten by Medgar, and I think that's what the realization for you was. Medgar never ate you. He ate everybody else because it's like he has no friends. But you thought deep down, like so many other people, that he was your buddy, and he wasn't. And I think it would have bothered me. I'm not saying it wouldn't have bothered me. It definitely would have bothered.
It was bothersome. I mean, I won't lie. And then I was mad at myself too, because I got baited into that. Right. Yeah. When I could have just let it go. And that's just, it's one of those things I should have thought about a little bit more. No, we got a lot of great content out of it.
It was great. It was really good. I thought you were done. I thought you were finished, and you still managed.
Well, I have a theory about Medgar. He's not really used to people fighting back with him, right? And not just rolling over. And he's picking on people like DSP and Christian and these, what I would consider lightweight opponents.
Tonka?
Tonka. All these, and I'm not that guy. And so if it's a blood feud, we can go all the way with it. I'm not really concerning myself with it these days, but I would assume there's no love lost, since he's wished me dead several times. Not that I haven't said the same about him.
Yeah, but like I said, you seem like generally fucking kind of fucked up by the whole situation. I even fucked with your DMs, but I don't think you ever saw it.
No, I don't think I saw it, but yeah, it was also, I don't think everybody realizes I had a major concussion, and that was another thing they told me when I was in the center, but that I probably had I don't know, 5 or 6 concussions over the last 4 or 5 years, and my face is still all swollen up, and they had to cut underneath my eye. People think the other eye is fucked. It's actually the one that's bigger that's fucked, because they cut a slit underneath my eye to fucking fix the orbital bone and drain the blood out of it. Yeah, I woke up one day and there was blood pouring out of my eye after the surgery. To use Monday Matt's phrase, I wasn't in the best headspace, I guess you could say, and I was totally drunk as well. So looking back, I shouldn't have even done that stream.
Do you think back? Do you think back? Because I'm going to lose you in a minute, but do you think back like the Monday Matt stream? That particular stream with Medic, or maybe you can name some other ones that kind of remind me of that. You have actually been there through some serious, like major internet events, and you have Ethan Ralph's laugh in the background. Do you ever like sit back? Because I got to be honest with you, I was in a major stream, and the first time I ever streamed with Medic was on lolcow during the when Destiny confronted Boogie. That's one stream you weren't on that I was, motherfucker. I got you there. Do you ever do you ever think back and say,
speaking of scripted shows, by the way? But
not when I was there. I didn't script shit, absolute shit.
I criticized you when you were there, and then it immediately went to just total fakery when you left. So I take all that back.
No, nothing was fake that I was aware of as far as like when I was doing the stuff. What I think happened was, and King could have fired me and just said, "Look, you're not a part of my new vision," and that would have been. But he didn't want to do that because I don't know, because he's not a real man, and he could just say, "Look, I'm not a part of the thing. Here's your last check. Have a nice day. Thank you for your service." And that would have been wonderful, and it actually would have made me happy because I was sick of working for him at that point. But he had to make me like the bad guy. But he had already done that during Baited, and I figured out how to deal with it second time around. Got my money, unlike with Baited, and moved on. But yeah, that was the one stream that I was like, wow, I was on a big stream, huge internet event. Medicars at all of them, and I finally beat Ethan Ralph. I got on a stream. It's like
I hate to tell you this, but I've been on stream with him about 120 times probably. But
but I never. It was the event. It was not streaming with it. It was the event. It was the event. The busting of Boogie.
People, and this is not even to take a shot at him. I don't come from this culture, Tommy. Like I'm not from old school YouTube. I used to watch YouTube to see music videos and like cat videos and shit. I didn't pay attention to PewDiePie. I didn't pay attention to all these old heads. Like I didn't care. Didn't even know who Medicare was. He used to be called Internet Aristocrat when I first heard of him. Sure. I don't have the reverence for some of these people that other people have. Like I appreciated him coming on my show and boosting me up, but I don't I'm not in awe of that because I'm not from here. I came from Normieville and learned later. I first heard about Gamergate on Kotaku, and I'd been on 4chan maybe once or twice, and then they kind of
so what is your ultimate?
My ultimate.
Yeah, so if that's not your thing, like I my thing is like being there for parts of internet history. I like the fact that I was
I think
in this guy's
cool.
video and that kind of video.
I'm just saying that's not me, right? Like,
that's what is you though. That's what I'm saying. What is you? And we'll leave you at that. We'll leave it at that.
What is me like?
What do you want on your influencer tombstone?
That's kind of a tough question. He entertained us.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you want.
That's it. That's it.
You don't want your celebrity just to be a little bigger or nothing like that, or
I think everybody likes it. Celebrity is I compared. I don't think I'm famous. Infamous is the word that I use.
You're internet famous.
Internet famous, but it's like being somewhat famous, but you get none of the real benefits of being famous, like a PR.
No, you don't get it.
And a personal chef.
It's better.
And all this stuff.
Keemstar says it's better. It's better this way because you don't have to have all that shit. You can kind of just go, and you don't have any shackles.
Yeah, but there's a reason like so many people burn out from this stuff because they like real celebrities have buffer zones and they don't read every single comment. They have somebody read them for them, and they're kind of ensconced in a way that we're not. And yeah, there's some benefits to this too, for sure. But But yeah, so I've often thought of that. It's like, yeah, I got a little celebrity, but none of the true benefits.
I want to see. I don't want to be mainstream. I want to be like I'd like to grow for where I am, but there is a cap where I want to hit. I don't want to be like Michael Jackson famous. Fuck that shit.
Well, I mean, I gave up long ago of being like fully mainstream. I'm perfectly fine being underground.
Yeah,
so
I got you. Listen, I'm gonna let you go because we got a new kill stream starting. The return of Rehab. You want to shout out wherever you're going? You want to give Jeannie a link? We'll put it in the chat right now. Send him over there, and then I'm also going to take some calls right after this.
Yes, that's fine. It's Rumble. Let's see, rumble.com/killstream live.
Send it to Jeannie. Send it to Jeannie, and she'll put it in the chat. If you could just click.
I think I've already typed it out, so I should be able to do it fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right. Cool. Well,
all right, Ethan Ralph.
I
have to admit, I liked you better when you were getting a fight over Digibro's house, but this Ralph is interesting. Because I honestly, here's the thing. Like, I think you're being sincere. Unless I'm a total, that's one of the reasons I picked up on your goodbye video, because I'm like, I think this isn't fake. This isn't a work. This is for real. And maybe you ought to think, next time, fight with people, have their balls, but maybe not to the point where you can never make up again,
Yeah, and I thought about that a lot. Yeah. You don't always have to break out the napalm. That's for sure. And matter of fact, usually you shouldn't. Because if you're around, like, chances are you're gonna, want to work with somebody again or collaborate somehow. But if you go too far, which I've done plenty of times, you kind of cut yourself off from that avenue. You end up siloing yourself off, and that's not good for entertainment. It's not good for your mental state either, right?
I got a message from Crowd. I got a message from Crowd. He says, "Fuck you." I just wanted to get that one in for him. He needed that one.
Yeah, thank you, Crowd. I hope you're doing well with your one testicle.
Actually, he didn't tell me to say that. I just wanted to say "fuck you" in his behalf.
See, you made me say something. I wasn't even going to.
Get him. Go become the alpha male. All right. I hope
love you, Crowd. I love you, Crowd. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry I showed up today. Thank you, Tommy.
All right. Hey, I really appreciate you being on, man. Take it easy. Now we're going to talk about the interview. Take care. Bye-bye. And that's it. That's Ethan Ralph, everybody. And we are done. Interesting interview. I thought I could get him to get pissed, but no, it's the kid. The kid. It's the kid. The kids do that to you. There is nothing better in this world. And this is coming from somebody who never wanted to get married, never wanted to have children. I wanted to live that single thing my whole life. But the problem is once you turn 30, you realize, holy shit, I am going to die one day. Where you don't think about that prior. And it's a lot easier to die with somebody than without. And then he didn't go to rehab, bro. Went to detox. So I don't know. What's the difference? I don't even know. I don't care if he did. I think the whole thing was interesting. I think do you think he's being sincere?
Yeah, I think so. You could always do a poll. You could do a poll as well, so the audience can kind of have their piece or something.
Yeah, I'll take calls right now if you want to take calls about it, because we are done for the weekend after this. And that's it. He's been a father for almost a year now. So don't make excuses. Excuses for what? I'm not making any excuses. He's fucked up 6 ways to fucking Sunday. I don't have to make excuses for him. He's done his thing. But I think I couldn't get him to freak out or anything, because I think he's having existential moments. I think that's legit. I think it's 100% legit. And I got him out of rehab. I interviewed him out of rehab before anybody else, and I'm so proud of myself. No calls. All right, we got
beat everyone to the punch.
Link Kel in there. So we'll make content for Queeman right now. Kel, you're on here.
How's your day going?
It's fantabulous. How are you?
Dude, what an interview. That was exquisite.
I wish he was more of a. I don't know. Do I wish he was more of a prick? Well, at least I got a different interview out of him.
Right? I know. That's all you can ask for these days. Something a little bit different.
So what you got for me?
I was just jumping in to say hi and what's up, dude.
You can't say hi and what's up. You have to bring something to the table.
Okay, all right. I started with just an interview, okay. But listen, no, the air of sincerity. I'm like, do you plan to encourage more people towards sobriety, Tommy?
No, I don't give a fuck what they do. I don't care what Ralph does either. He can do. I hope he doesn't die, but that's about it. No, I'm not about telling people what to do with their lives. No, fuck that shit.
How do you feel about sobriety?
I don't care about it one way or another. You want to be sober, be sober. You want to get balls down, fall down drunk? That's fine with me too.
So you think it was the kid that saved him?
Yeah, absolutely. This is children. Do you have any idea? And I do have an idea because that's why I had to stay in Germany. Do you have any idea what it's like with the fear of never seeing your child again or not watching them grow up? It's close to death. It's close of a feeling of death. So that's what's doing it. I know exactly what he's going through.
Ideally, right? But I'm like, everyone says like, right, like the couples that have a kid to have a relationship, obviously that's not going to fix your whole life. Some people feel that like moral obligation to do better for their kid, but a lot of people don't.
Some people don't, and so but you got to be like stone cold to be that way, Cal. I mean, you got to be like a drug addict, stone cold. Like, yeah, that's a special person that doesn't give a fuck about their kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't think it's that common. I mean, people care about their kids and they do all sorts of fucked up things to them, or raise them wrong or what have you, but they still love their kids at the end of the day. But I mean, look at this. You can't just imagine it. Your daughter, your son's growing up, and like I can't call to say, hey, how's it going? You can't even do that. It's pretty fucking scary. Yeah. Pretty fucking scary. And I couldn't talk about it because of legal stuff. He's got a little girl. And having a little girl is way fucking different. It brings up way different emotions. And I have both, so I know exactly what he's going through.
Why does it bring up way different emotions?
All right. Anything else, Cal? I guess I'm going to wrap if nobody wants to call. Anything else?
Well, I hope you guys have been good. What's up, Jeannie? You feeling better? You drink lots of water?
Yeah, no, I was well, not water. No, I hate water, but yeah, no, I'm fine. I was a little bit hungover this morning, but other than that, all good. What's that bad?
Treat yesterday too. Good to talk to you guys. Yeah. We'll catch you in the after show, maybe.
All right, take care.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye. Quack, you're on the air. Phones are open right there. I don't care if you talk about Ethan Ralph.
Way.
Who's this?
I fucking love the balls fucking Xanax alpha male. I miss that. I don't like the calm one.
You don't like
Definitely.
The calm one? Yeah, I know. I wonder how he's gonna do it.
I don't know. The next stream, he's just gonna sit in his fucking ass and do nothing. He's randomly. I don't know what the fuck.
Don't you want him? Don't you want him to live? Don't you want him to survive? I mean, he's killing himself. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do, but it's like quite kind of funny watching him nod off on stream.
Well, how many times can you do that? Be honest.
Many times. He's always done that. He spent like years doing it. Fucking like fucking like going retarded on the fucking what little webcam he has.
Yeah, well, he's
At least he's lost weight.
He's lost almost 100 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, you can go watch him right now. He's ready to go, and you can watch.
I'd hate watch, but the thing is, I don't hate him. I don't give a shit about it. It's not like my issue.
I think most of his fans are like, yo, you don't care one way or another, and the whole thing's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I watch it for the story. Yeah, it's great. It's like a nice film.
See, I won't let that much out about my personal life. He took the personal life and he shoved that right in there. I can't do that. And anyway, my personal life's nowhere near as interesting as his. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I am boring. I am as boring as they get offline. I mean, I am mega boring. And that's the way he should be. Anything else, bud?
That's fair enough. If he goes back on Xanax, I might watch him again. But I'm not too sure.
All right.
We need like better commentary streamers. Nobody says anything anymore. They're all fucking boring. Or Queeman, the fucking big nosed Jew, just fucking spazzes at chat and all this shit.
Well, yeah, I think that's a talent in all itself.
There's nobody.
Nobody's name.
They're all boring.
Yeah, everybody checks with each other to find. Everybody checks with each other to see. Can I have this opinion? Yeah. Can I have that opinion?
It's all like a little gay congregation.
Everybody looks at what the other person's saying, and they all agree with them, and everybody else that says anything mildly different is to be.
They always do that.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking the only person I watch is Metica and Augie, and that's it. Augie's gay, so I have to think about that.
All right, Augie's all right. Augie's got a whole new thing going on, man. He's killing it.
Yeah, I know. I do like him. I've watched every stream of him. I'm just saying he probably fucks Connor in the back without people telling him.
You're the kind of fan that we want.
Hands are up.
All right. Take care.
Yeah.
Take care, Quack. Have a good one, man. And that's it. Oh wow! To shout out everybody. Let's go to the Pats and call it a night. Thought we'd get more calls, but yeah, I did. Well, go ahead.
I mean, there's some people. I know at least one person because I don't want you to get one guide. Oh, we do have somebody in waiting to call now, but he kind of was against what you're saying because let me see what he was talking about. So I think I even said to call in.
What was his problem?
He said, where is it? He abandoned his kids, Tommy. Are you dumb? He doesn't give a fuck, Tommy.
Well, he went over the house. One kid he's not allowed. Well, I mean, look, I'm not here to defend him or anything, but one kid I know for a fact he's not allowed to see him. The other one he's going to see. What are you going to do? The girl he dropped a revenge porn on is going to be his wife, his loving wife going forward? I mean, when you're look, I'm divorced too. You could only see him if the courts let you. I don't know what to tell you. All right, you think you abandoned him, so what? I mean, whatever. I'm not here to sweep for Ralph, but I mean, I know that he wants to see his son, and maybe if he did abandon him, there's definitely some kind of guilt there. Jesus. I know what it's like not being able to see your fucking kids or going to court or worrying that it sucks. And you might say maybe he asked for it. I would say he probably did, more than likely. But whatever. I'm not trying to sweep for him. You can think what you want. Well, there you go. Oatbag, Mrexon, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket.
No, never mind. He left. Sorry.
Cody Grill, Final Flash, Little Manly. Nesquit, not your typical mom panic pun. Taylor D, Tommy C. Scott, Trippy Savage. Winter Gaming, Jeannie, and Picklington, and you get red no matter what if you're a $10 Patreon. That's
he's back in the waiting to call him.
Well, if he wants to, is that Void Ace that said that?
No. Void Ace wants to come in and chat. He was there before.
Void Ace. Yeah. Void Ace, you're on. I don't think that guy's coming on. He was just talking shit.
Yeah.
Void Ace, you're on the air.
Unmute.
Oh, yeah, my bad. What's up, Tommy?
What you tell me? That's why you're calling in. You're bringing something to the table. What you got?
Oh, no. I just wanted to say hi, man. I unfortunately didn't want your stream because I was, taking the drug test. So I just wanted to hop by and say hi.
For what? What are you taking a drug test for?
So I got, a position in, a government level shit. So they want to make sure that I'm clean. Yeah, it was kind of weird because it was honestly the first time I ever done it. So I just kept looking at the girl who was taking the test, and she looked at me back, and then we just stared for 10 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Well, go ahead."
Well, a girl had to watch you pee in a cup. That's unusual. You usually get a guy to do that.
No. So she didn't watch me, right? There was a door and everything. So. But I thought that's what they usually do. They just stand behind you and then just to make sure that the test is not rigged or anything.
Rigged. He rigged the test. All right.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm glad you managed to urinate in the cup. Congratulations. And you're supposed to kind of bring up something. You can't just say hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll
well, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'll do it for you. I'll give you your first bomb. Okay. What do you think of that?
Bet.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta have something to talk about. You want to say hi to me? Say hi to me in the at the after show or something like that. What's the matter with you? Oh man, what should we do it in the after show? Even.
I don't know.
I probably should check the if we have over 10 on the other ones.
You did not get over 10 on the goal.
On the other ones, no, I didn't get anything on the goal.
You got 2 on the goal.
I got 2. Well, I'm not gonna sit there and complain about it. It's kind of last minute stuff anyway. But I want to check the other one because we did take the TTS off. There's a reason. There's a reason we took the TTS off. All right. The one thing I could not talk about, or he couldn't talk about, was one of his, and I'm not going to even bring their names up. Obviously, he talked about Faith. It's the other one he's not allowed to talk about. He's not allowed to talk about the daughter either. So if I was going to hit him over the head for something like that, I want him to at least be able to defend himself. If the fans were going to hit him over the head with that, I don't think it's even as bad as Ethan Ralph is. I can't hit him on something that he can't defend himself. First of all, it's not funny, and then it's not fair either. I'm sorry, it's not fair. So I decided to kill TTS this month because I figured they were going to be spamming the daughter and the ex-girlfriend, ex-wife's name over and over again. And I couldn't have that. So that's what I agreed to, and I would agree to it again. It's the only way to get him on, and I can't expect the guy to do a rant that's going to put him behind bars. So, deal with. Maybe I'm sweeping. Look at it that way, I guess. So I did it the way I could. But I will put TTS on right now. Dunzo.
We do also have another waiting to call person.
Okay, what is that? I can't read that for. Who is this?
Rinaldi,
you're on the air. What's up? You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Tommy?
What you got?
I never thought I'd be rooting for Ralph.
You rooting for Ralph? Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I hope he doesn't die or anything. But, I'm gonna owe Matt. If he doesn't die, I'm gonna owe Matt Pitt $100. That sucks.
Yeah.
But I hope he does it. I don't know how he's gonna do it with not being the alpha male, because I think what you saw is a guy sick of being the alpha male, and like a lot of people that get trapped in their own online personas, Wings of Redemption, myself, a lot of Keemstar, although I think he likes his persona. You get trapped in it, and you gotta see it through or get the fuck out.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm just saying. I think he's actually genuine.
I think he was too.
Being an alcoholic myself.
Yeah. What did you do? Tell me a funny alcoholic story.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I got like 1,000 of them.
Tell me the worst one.
The worst. One of the worst ones was I woke up in my bed, not knowing how I got home, and I looked out the window of my my house and realized that my car was a little beat up.
That's the worst one.
I don't know how I got home. I don't know what I hit, and I went back to bed. I didn't know what the hell.
Yeah, well, might as well deal with it when you wake up.
Yeah, right?
All right. When's the last time you had a drink?
Oh, shit. I quit probably about, I want to say 6-7 months ago, after the second DUI.
Why would you live in a rural area or something like that? You can't just take a train or an Uber?
Oh, yeah, no, I live in a rural. I'm in freaking Maine, man.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of drunk drivers up there. It's actually more dangerous drunk drivers, I think, in rural areas, places that doesn't have mass transportation.
Yeah, definitely. And I got friends that are dead because of it, because they, you hit a tree going 90 miles an hour, you don't really survive.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
Okay, buddy.
But yeah, the only criticism about Ralph is how serious he is, because it's really easy to relapse.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't, but it's pretty clear that my theory is if you party too much, you can never drink again. So don't do that so you can have a drink once in a while. That's my theory.
Well, you're 100% correct, because I relapsed a couple times, and it's like one drink, and all of a sudden I'm back like I was before I quit.
Yeah, it takes no time. But I know I'm like that with cigarettes. Like if I have one cigarette, then I have 2 packs. Like that. That's why I have to vape.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it's exactly like that, and I wish him well. That's the only thing I can. Like, I've been on the whole Ralph roller coaster for years.
Right, man.
So
thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
Take care. Good luck. Good luck with your sobriety, buddy. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
Thank you. You too, buddy.
Bye-bye. I guess Ralph, that's the part that I laughed at the most, was Ralph inspired people to kind of take on their alcoholic demons. I'm like, yeah, right, Ralph. And I guess I was wrong. At least that guy. Yeah. He's rooting for him. Zombie Dead Man, you're on the air. Zombie Dead Man. Hello. Zombie Dead Man. You're so dead, your microphone's.
He's having mic issues.
Yeah. Super.
It seems, because he tried to mute and unmute.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Deadman, you're on.
Hey, yeah, I caught the tail end of that. Yeah, he's full of shit, dude.
Why do you think?
Oh, come on, man. You've known Ralph for a very long time, right?
Is he full of shit? Well, in what way is he full of shit? Like, he's full of shit that he wants to be sober, or he's full of shit that he's going to fall off the wagon?
No, not that.
Yeah, that's all. All I'm saying is I think he's sincere right now in the moment. Whether that remains, he's an alcoholic. Yeah, anything can happen.
Here's what grinds my gears, right? Okay. And this is my only criticism I'll throw out.
Okay.
This guy if you just look at his internet antics, and like you said yourself, he puts his IRL shit out there for everyone to see in such an extreme way, and he's done it for years. So we see the pattern behavior. It's not a persona online. It's not a character. He is who he says he is. He's an irredeemable piece of shit. He's done nothing of benefit towards anybody in his own life. The amount of clips that are out there of him saying the most egregious, heinous shit, doxing people, involvements in swattings. I mean, all this stuff is real. He has no problem saying that it's true. He'll spin the narrative and make himself sound like a victim now. Oh, woe is me. Oh, it's just,
No, I didn't get the impression he was being a victim. I thought he was like, yeah, I'm fucked because of all that shit I did. That's the impression I got. I didn't get like I'm a victim. He's a victim himself.
But he wants a pass. It's always this. He wants a pass.
Do you think? All right.
It's never an acceptance.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to look. I don't have a, but I have never. Maybe you've seen this side of him before. I've never seen this side of him. That's mind blowing to me. What I was saying.
Yeah, he did this last time in 2018. He got out of jail, acted like he was a good guy. I mean, his whole introduction to the internet was being a tabloid journalist, just making fun of people and making shit up about people. I mean, he had no problem slandering people.
Sure. But I think he would admit that.
A fucking kid in high school or elementary school, whatever. He was kidnapping people's dogs and killing them and stuff. I mean, there's all this crazy shit about him, whether it's true or not. Yeah. But his character and what he shows is just irredeemable. There's nothing available. He blows. Okay. You know, we get he tries to paint his ex-wife, however you want to look at it, as like this bad person that fucked him over and just left Mexico. Yeah. And it takes her dad putting out this video of him choking her out because she's cleaning up his piss bottles and telling her he's going to fucking kill her after abusing the baby. That happened. That's real, Tommy. You know that's real.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know about the baby abuse. I had no idea.
Well,
what happened with the
baby? In the baby's face.
Oh, okay.
You know, he called her a bitch. She's 6 months old. Then he puts out this fucking video talking about, oh, you'll know the truth when you're 18. I ain't paying child support. He did the same shit with his son, which led to the whole Vickers drama. And Vickers is a piece of shit too. Don't get me wrong. But that whole thing led to there where they just said, sign over the rights to the kid and you'll be done with it. And he refused out of pure spite. It wasn't because he wanted to be there. He refused out of pure spite. Maybe now he does. Maybe
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, what you're saying is that is irredeemable if that's true. I mean, that's fucking insane. Yeah. Well, I don't know. No. I'm not. Look, I'm not an Ethan. Look. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm not an Ethan Ralph biographer. I'm not a biographer.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, the people who followed Ralph and watched his antics over the years know what I'm talking about. Okay. This isn't like crazy rocket science, you know. I mean, this is just the calm before the storm, Tommy. It's gonna be him for sober for like a week or two. He's got no support in Mexico.
Sure.
He won't. Even when he's coming out of it, he cuts a promo where he's still talking shit about Worski and them. He learned absolutely nothing except maybe just don't take the pills in the bottle that hard. But he's gonna slip up and do it again. He's all alone.
Okay. Look. There's nothing in his history that makes me think that you're wrong. I'm just I'm interviewing a crazy guy that did crazy stuff.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just telling you my side of it, like my criticism.
No, we should. I'm glad. I'm actually really glad you called in because I'm going to accuse of sweeping either way. At least I let you be heard, and you probably know.
No, I don't think you were sweeping. I think you were just doing an interview as the first guy talked to him when he got out of rehab.
Exactly.
But this 100%. I mean, my criticisms are valid. This is just the calm before the storm. He's gonna go right back to his bullshit. You think the 5 or 6 different women that got domestic violence restraining orders on him think that it was just that one time?
No.
Absolutely not. You think his first baby mama that was pregnant that he punched in the car and had 2 witnesses in the car doing it that got him the domestic violence restraining order in the first place? Where it was just a one-time incident? No. When he showed up at Pantsu's old place to fight a fucking woman and a bunch of trannies? No. He got his ass beat. He can't fight.
I interviewed him right after that, by the way. I had him in the interview right after that.
That's fine. I don't care. All I'm saying is this is just bullshit. It's all bullshit.
And you know what I'm going to do when I cut this? To be fair, when I cut this, because this is going to this goes to members only, and it gets sent up. I will make sure this part so it kind of counterbalances the video. How about that? I'll make sure you're in.
I don't care what it's your stuff. I'm nobody, man. All I'm saying is that this is just bullshit. Okay. It's the same shit. All
right, I just want to interview like a wild personality.
He'll piss somebody off, and then he'll go off the rails and make up shit about him. He'll claim they're a pedophile or some crazy shit.
He called me a pedophile, so I've been a victim of his bullshit too. So I mean,
you know what I mean, Tom?
Yeah.
It's just nothing new. He'll be like stone cold sober in your face, and suddenly it'll just be like, "You fuck kids," or this. That. He don't give a fuck if you got kids in your life or anything. He doesn't give a damn. If he doesn't like you, he'll do shit that would get him dragged into court for libel. I mean, there was people talking about suing him before for libel and defamation. And he said, "You'll never get my address in Mexico." It's like, come on, bro. Like, you were literally an irredeemable sack of shit. Only in the eyes of God can he be founded.
Are you are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch the show going forward with the?
No, not at all.
I bet you will. You're gonna.
I'm fucking off after this. I just caught the tail end of it, and I was listening to that sob story he gave, and all this bullshit, and you know.
Be honest. You're gonna watch.
No, I'm not. I'm not, because it's the same. Tommy, it's boring. He's gonna sit there and play Wigger music and listen to CNN clips and Tucker Carlson shit or whatever he does, and then maybe something his audience gonna get bored, so he'll have to start something with somebody and call somebody a fucking pedophile or a rapist or some crazy shit and start a war.
Maybe it'll be me.
It's the same shit.
I platform.
Maybe it'll be you, Tommy. You did the interview. You might be you're on the chopping block now, brother. You know? It's a possibility. You never know with the guy.
Yeah.
You never know with the guy.
Well, I think that's why I wanted to interview him too, because I wanted to see if I think I do believe, like, right now, right here, right now, the way he is right now, that he wants what he's professing to want, which is all positive stuff. I do believe he wants to see his son. True. You know, I'm sure he wants to see his daughter.
Maybe he wants it. Maybe he wants it, but he's damn sure not going to go get it. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So it is what it is. Until that guy starts apologizing to people and shit. Like, did he ever apologize for calling you a pedophile?
No.
No, of course not. But I guarantee you, this is what it is. I guarantee if you keep being cool with him, he'll say, I'm real sorry for that one thing. I don't remember what it is. And then maybe you say something one day and he's feeling a certain type of way, and all of a sudden you're a pedophile again. That's how it goes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can deal with that, but see, the good thing about that is he's done it already. So if he does it now, it's like gonna be like whatever. Right?
Well, he ain't he ain't your girlfriend or your wife. He acts like a woman. That's another thing. His audience is like he's got nobody, so I get it. So his audience is like a conduit of like a relationship with someone else. Like, he has to tell him about his day, where he's gone, what he's doing. It's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I don't do that.
It's unhealthy as fuck.
I mean, I do that.
Does that. You know,
I don't do every detail. I do it once in a while. I only talk about something I think is really interesting. I'm like, I got an argument with a cop. I don't do that. No, I think he probably lets. Well, you got. My thing is, you really do got to keep some things to yourself. Like, I've had fights with my wife before I call. I'm just like any couple does. I don't talk about it. What do I nuts?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but. Well, he drags him on streams. We've seen it with Pants.
Yes, I won't do that.
He'll drag him on streams. No, but I'm just saying. You know, Destiny's the same kind of guy too. Destiny brings his mom on to argue about politics and shit, bizarre shit. But
I'm smarter than you, Mom. It's so funny.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, anyways, I know exactly.
Tommy, I think your interview was fine.
Thanks.
I think he's full of shit.
Okay.
And I think he's just giving
One question.
Have another pill stream, and everyone's a pedophile.
Okay. One thing, though. Let's pretend we live in a world that you possibly could turn it around. Let's say that how do I phrase this? Temptation's the wrong word. The willingness to want to see both children. He's got to completely turn his life around, right? What if he does, like, in 2 years? If he's, I don't even know if that's enough. Well, all right. Like, if what's he got to do? Like 2, 3, 4, 5. What if 5 years go by and he's still in the same state? Then will you say?
Listen, okay. I can tell you from people I know that go through child claims court, divorce courts.
Yeah.
It depends on how nasty it gets, right? If it's a good breakup, a good divorce, or whatever, it's not so bad. But his is like nuclear level, Holocaust level.
Yeah, he's Holocaust level divorce.
He's got multiple court cases with one. He's got another. Hell, he is in rehab. He put out a video talking shit about the other one's dad again about the fucking football game because he can't control himself. Even when he's sober, he can't help but need to dab on his baby mamas. He can't control himself. Okay. Even if he's sober and he wants to see his kids, he has to be, I mean, not even just like straight edge. He's got to like become like a choir boy. He's gonna have to jump through fires. He's gonna have to literally live on the street outside their house and give them everything and the shirt on their back and offer himself up like a slavery in order for him to even get an ounce of respect to come back to that kind of household. I mean, how bad is it? Think of it this way, Tommy. How bad does a woman have to have it if you steal her passport and all of her shit and hide it from her, and then the moment you get out of there to go to Dick Masterson's house, she steals her shit and flees an entire country because she dragged her there back to her dad, who she hates. And then she changes the baby's name and cuts you off completely. And your response is, I ain't paying child support, bitch. You're a whore. A Mexican fucked you in the ass and I paid for it. And let me put revenge porn out on you all over the internet while I'm at it. Come on, Tommy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. What could you do? He could be sober as a judge or whatever, 18 years, and they can be 18 years old. And you think she and the other baby mama are really going to figure it out? He has to go to facilities where cops stand over him, hovering over him, because they don't know whether or not he's going to choke his baby out or give him a fucking toy. That's the son. That's the son. So this isn't like normal, like you get the kid on the weekends. This isn't like we had a divorce and there was an argument or I cheated on you. No, this is hyper domestic violence into abandonment, into it was the pills, it was the drugs, it was the alcohol. I've changed it this time, baby. I swear. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. How many women have to go back to a wife beater before they realize it's a wife beater?
Actually, some of them never stop, depending on the woman.
They never stop. Guess what? They die. And they die.
Yeah.
And they die. So,
all right.
Anyway,
to have a counter.
Wait.
What's the matter?
Hold on. I have a couple of questions from chat. Regarding zombie dad man.
Sure.
I don't care. I'm a nobody. I gotta bounce. He's got to go.
He's got to
go.
That's
Tommy's the host. Tommy's the show guy. I'm not a show guy.
All right.
I'm just giving my thought take.
All right. We'll leave it. Leave it at. Take care. I don't want.
Yeah. Take care, buddy.
I don't want him taking questions either. I wanted a counterbalance.
Well, let me.
Okay.
Well, let me, because I think so. This guy, people are saying that he's KOP, like
Who's KOP?
King of Paul, whoever. I don't really know much. Yeah.
Isn't King of Paul? That guy sounded like he was like my age or older.
I have no clue, but that's what people are saying in chat.
Oh, really?
And then about the whole like. What was
I mean, that's why he
this
bounced.
Guy on call almost because that's what I'm thinking, because if he had to bounce, he's a quote unquote nope buddy. Because here's something. This is from.
Can we compare voice? Does anybody have a video they can send him, or can you hear his name? Isn't King of Paul the guy that was secretly gay? They found out back in the day.
Yes. That's the thing. This guy on call almost destroyed his marriage sucking a dick. He got caught with a tranny.
Oh, okay. So he said this. So this. Okay. So everybody's saying that. Oh, wow.
There's a couple of people saying it. So, yeah.
Okay. AKA King of Paul.
That's what I was going to try and ask.
No shit. I want to hear his voice on the other one.
Yeah, so if somebody can either forward.
Yeah, send us a video or something where you can see his voice.
Yeah, you can forward it directly to me or what? Because the thing is, I don't really know.
Is he back in?
He's been stuck there the whole time.
Do you want to come back in? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. That's interesting. All right, he dipped out. All right, that's funny. I like the mystery of the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe in the after show we'll figure it out. Hold
on a second. We can do it right now. We gotta.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, that's what I was.
Paul. Yeah. Is there a voice?
Next time you need to listen to me. Let me.
Top to bottom, King of the whole story.
It might be in the shoes thing, but I don't know.
I wonder if that's him or not. All right, this is. Hold on a second.
Stream was incredibly brutal, and after it was over, King of Pole would have a spectacular meltdown, a pure spectacle, where he would frantically begin posting on Twitter, claiming he had nothing left and that he was going to dox everyone, call everyone's work, their parents, and show up to Mr. Mediker's driveway to unalive him.
Would you like to know her name and why Adam didn't sign the birth certificate? I'm thinking your parents need to know about your sad panda discussions and your podcast you run with Randbot. Just do it if you're going to do it. I generally do
That guy sounds younger than the guy we heard.
Not give a fuck about anything anymore. So they made this new rule of
He definitely has a similar cadence, but he doesn't have the raspy voice.
Everything is on the table, and I got nothing left.
he was on mobile in this one, so.
Yeah, I know. That's funny, huh?
To lose, so I am going to just ruin people's lives.
We could do a poll.
Well, I know King of Pole moves who I am. He's like a legendary figure in the internet, so that builds my ego. But
not like mine isn't. Jim, Gator, Godwinson, P, Worski. I don't care anymore. So I'll just be the lies they claim and do everything fucked and beyond, starting with talking to Gator's parents and emailing his work and calling his.
I'm not 100% sure it's him, but he's a legend. Yeah, he is a legendary figure. That was a legendary event.
Well, this is an AI reading apparently.
That's an AI reading.
How they did with Pope.
I want to hear his real voice. Brian is a legend. I don't know. Does he have in the beginning of the thing? I don't know. I must have been watching it at some point. It started halfway through.
Hey guys, if you like videos like this and want to support, you can do so at patreon.com/Shamu411.
This is a mystery.
Some people had asked me to make a Cash App after my last video, which is $Shamu411. And YouTube recently monetized my channel, so if you want to become a member or support through Super Chats, you're welcome to do so. Thank you. Before we start, I've been told repeatedly that King of Pole will attempt to flag this video down, and even though he himself uses his first and last name regularly on live streams, I've made sure to painstakingly censor any personal details. King of Pole has been streaming and creating videos for a decade, and there is no reason I should be unable to comment or talk about it. Though if something does happen, you can expect
the
documentary to be in full on Twitter.
Kind of like a parent. Like with YouTube, he will constantly email, flag. He'll demand to speak to a
Goodwinson, King of Pole.
Savage donated $5.
Screw the goal, I am.
That goal have the whole $5.
Thank you so much.
named contact or something, and he'll kind of get what he wants. It might take him a long time, but he's very able to do that.
In the history of online personalities, there really is no one else like King of Pole. During Gamergate, a self-destructive cycle would emerge that would define King of Pole's experience online. He would obtain a level of success, lie to maintain the attack by a sunk cost fallacy.
I want to hear his voice!
These humiliations and online wars with a colorful cast of personalities and content creators. King of Pole, always donning a dramatic behavior, debatably even histrionic, has never strayed far from a fight. His membership antics on his inability many times.
Well, that's not good. Let's see. Did he ditch you or did I miss the interview? No. He made it. The Ethan Ralph, the feud begins. Hold on. Let's see. This is a long time ago, isn't it?
Future headline: Police brutality, Florida.
Well, this is the same guy who said that. Well, if you do come to my house, I'll kill you. Well,
yeah, it's
you can believe it now, motherfucker. He's in Muay Thai. He's got a gun.
I'll absolutely, if I feel threatened, I will stand my ground and definitely George Zimmerman you. So don't do it.
In another one,
that was his voice. It sounded a lot like the guy who called in. What are the odds?
I think it was him.
I think it was him,
especially since he joined today.
He did. Oh. Did he?
He's either okay. I think Verse changed his name or something because he's changed it to King of Pole.
Don't somebody do that. Verse was trying to figure this out. You did. He did.
Well, I don't know. That's me just throwing accusations because they can't change their names.
So we got this.
And then let me see. I've never been with any F slur, because I'm not gonna say that, or tranny. I am a married man with kids. Tommy, your chat is dumb as fuck.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know who's gonna give me a call? There's a person that was around in the Gamergate days that I still talk to. He's not really a public figure anymore. He's not connected anymore. And I am going to get a call from him. Absolutely.
Well, because the thing is, the reason that this guy. Yeah, I would definitely verse something because it got changed back to something.
All right, don't change his name back. That's not fair. We have to before we do that. We got to change his name.
No, it's
to
been
Zombie.
changed.
Okay, Zombie did bad. Yeah, okay.
It's been changed to whatever. It's Z Dad Man, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna put a note there. Maybe King of Pole.
Maybe, yeah.
Zombie Dad's story master. All right. Well. He just couldn't resist coming in. I don't know if I'm not saying he is or not. As King of Pole about Maddie Katz. I don't know all the.
He's just nobody apparently.
That's so funny.
Just a nobody.
That's so funny. He's still following him. If that's the case, I don't know. I don't know if you are or not, but whatever it is, it's funny. It's very, very funny. Oh man, I don't know how I titled that video. All right, I guess that's it. I'm done for the weekend. I did all 5 days. I'm so proud of myself, and it's 8:30, and I got to check some. Hold on a second.
Let us in on the secret.
Tomorrow, Saturday's Tommy's birthday, and I bought him an arcade one-up.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, the thing dropped like a rod. It was the one I wanted initially, and then what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to give it to him. But he might want the Mortal Kombat machine. I said, look, this one's yours. When you move out, or if you want to take it upstairs in your room, do it. Just leave it down here for now. We'll get it running, and then if you ever want that sucker in your room, or if you ever leave the place, you can keep it. So he's getting his own tomorrow.
Aww.
Yeah, lucky kid. Now he can have them. I think what he's going to do, he's going to watch the Mortal Kombat thing. But he could have. I got him the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is they're not making any more of them. So I got it dropped. Wow, I got 30% off, below $500. I was super happy. Yeah, Tommy, like how? Yeah, it works kind of. Yeah, it does kind of help me. But we could because we got him everything for Christmas. We couldn't figure it out. So he's getting the new Donkey Kong game. He has a 61-in-1 Game Boy cartridge with even like the rare Mario, so one like Super Mario 2 for the old Game Boy, the old school Dot Matrix Game Boy, and then he's getting an arcade one-up, and then his cousins are coming over. So I bought my kid an arcade one, so he can give me one when he gets bored of it. Yeah, there's a little of that. I'm not gonna lie, Medine, but no, he's gonna get. I'm gonna tell him it's his, and if he wants to take it upstairs, he can take it upstairs. But that's the truth. We're just gonna get down here, and actually, when he gets internet in his room. Which he doesn't have yet because we want to watch everything he's doing. So yeah, I'll definitely give him one of these machines or what have you. He'll be over the moon, believe me.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm over the moon for him.
No, yeah. So. Yeah, I can't wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go. How did this get here? And I know my wife's going to do that too. It's like you bought that for yourself. I'm like, it's really his. I'm a man of my word. I keep my word.
Yeah, we've got video proof of it now. Clip it, folks.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah. Oh no. But I'm gonna keep my. I think. Laura asked me for the centipede. When I told her. Well, she can't have it now because she'll come over enough. But yeah, when if she wants to take that one day, I'll let her take the machine because she helped me put that together, the centipede machine. But that needs a new monitor. So big green line going through it. So there you go. So he's getting a whole bunch of Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, let's fucking go. Yeah, I can't wait to get it going. And, I have to buy a what do you call it when you plug them in? I get an Ethernet thing for it. So, but yeah, it's coming Saturday. It's already done and paid for. So the arcade's gonna be even more awesome. And the other thing is they're not making this one anymore, and I think Media One is going to get it. And that one's going to be $700. So fuck that. You know. All right. I think that's it. I really wonder if that was King of Pole or not. Almost hit the goal. We're off by 7. What are we doing after this? Are we doing anything?
Well, I don't know. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll be on. I want to do some DayZ, so I'll be on the other one. We'll do. Okay, buddy. We'll do something next week. I think you're just trying to keep him fixated on arcade machines to keep him away from the hands of Sonic. Yes, you're actually right, Teddy. I'll see you over. Follow me on Kick. We can hang out over there. It's chill streams over there and stuff like that.
Kick, put the link in a second. So.
Yeah, you can put this link in there, and then I'll be over there. And I think I'm going to do some DayZ or some arcade stuff, and just I don't think he's going to school again tomorrow too because he's still got a fever. But fever's so bad he's living down here. But there you go. All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. I'll leave this for a couple hours, but eventually it does go to members. There it is. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for everything, and great week. And I'll see you real soon. Peace.